Hi everybody, this is the second try at doing the video because somebody with 4 legs and a tail was being very, well, wild in an 8-month-old way and just wanting to get into every shot I try to take. But I think she might be calming down. She's in the garden right now and she is sniffing the box which has my table and chairs in. Well, in fact, she's scratching at the box which has the table and chairs in. I saw them arriving, so I quickly shut her in the house and had them bring it in through the back gate. Because you have to park at the back gate, and then if you're coming to the front door, you've got to walk around the block. And I thought, let's put it into the back garden, which I think works out better than having it at the front door, because there's no way on earth I would be able to move it. It's heavy. Fortunately, I feel like I'm repeating myself because I've said all this before, but fortunately Ian is the king of flat pack, and so at some point over the next few days he'll do that for me, but not tomorrow because you have the wedding. Yes, so instead of going through all my highlighted bits today, I thought I would just tell you how I found this first week now of not going onto Facebook and not going on to Instagram, and I thought I'd give a feedback on that. It's been hard at times. You know, Ian will say, oh, did you see blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, because I'm not going onto Facebook. And he goes, oh, yeah, of course you're not. But leave the guinea pigs alone. I know they're teasing you. Good girl. But I've done it so far. Well, no. Once I went on for about 2 minutes. I have a friend who lives down near the coast somewhere, but there's she's got cancer of the throat, and her husband Andy has been giving a lot of updates on Facebook about the surgeries and how everything's going and when discharge happened and so on and so forth. So I saw an update and I was like, oh, I need to find out if everything's still okay. And so I went on, and he does it by doing a little video online. And I saw it and immediately realised that, yes, everything is fine. It was just a general update of going out for a walk and da-da-da-da. So I got off of it again really quick, knowing that everything is doing okay there. Good. She settled on the floor. So, yeah, that is the only time that I've gone on there to have a look at anything. I haven't looked at my memories. Messenger, I do still answer messages. And there's a lassie from church who has in the past had a problem with drinking. And she will message me every night if I haven't seen her in person. So when that phone call comes in, or a phone call from my friend in Manchester comes in on video call, then I take that. But that's as close as I've come to going on Facebook proper. I have found myself reaching for the phone and thinking, oh, I really want to go on. And then I sort of think, no, you mustn't. You said you weren't going to do it. So you put the phone down, and I've reached for my knitting or the Bible or just something else instead. So in actual fact, I've been a lot more productive this week, which is obvious if you take away scrolling time. And a box that hadn't been unpacked has been unpacked now. And knitting I've done a lot of. I've finished the 3 blankets. No. The 3 blankets that were on the thumbnail for yesterday. And they're all washed and blocked and up in the airing cupboard waiting for the next collection day. I've been doing a lot of... I don't know if they had them in America. I suspect not. But you know the innocent juice drinks or smoothies or whatever, and sometimes you see them with a little woolly hat on? Yes? Okay, so each bottle of drink which is sold, which has a woolly hat on, raises 25 pence for Age UK. Now, they want to make a lot of money. They want 3,500 hats done by next June. Ah. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one knitting them. There are 20 or 21, I think, in there. And each little hat's got a pom-pom on. I've got 4 more little hats which need pom-poms. And that would be a few more for them. So that's been keeping me out of mischief. And I've also, because I can't do without my knitting, got to do a bit of knitting every day. And this one is going to be grey and pink. But it's a different pattern. Now, I don't know if you can tell from there that it's going to be like a basket weave pattern. Can you see it? It's a bit of a difficult colour to see it, isn't it? But anyway, that's what it's going to be. And when I've done, the pattern goes in 12 rows. So when I've done 12 rows, I'm going to switch it to pink. Then when I've done 12 rows, it'll be back to grey, and so on and so forth, until the thing is about 27 inches long. And then you do another border of garter stitch, 17 rows, and cast off, and it's finished. Now this wool, I bought it from Robert Dias, which is like a hardware store. And I saw it in there and I thought, I'm going to get that. And it's actually quite nice wool to work with. So I'm pleased. And it's nice because it's a different pattern. I've been doing the C2C blankets a lot, and it's good to have a change and ring the changes. So that's how far I've got with that. And when you can see the pattern better, I'll show you again. Right, now there's that knitting. Of course, I've been going into the Word, but I'm not going to talk you through that because I thought you'd like to ring the changes a bit. 1 tomato off my tomato plants, and the plants that we put in the front, the curry plant, the lavender, etc., is doing really well. I'm really pleased. And yeah, I found in the box that I unpacked, I found all my stationery paper. I love having paper to write letters to people or to have little notelets or something. I couldn't find it. Of course, we moved in January. I could not find my basket of stuff until yesterday. Yay! So that was good. So I catch up on life outside home. The story time, the book part of story time happened indoors because that was the morning that we had about 10 minutes worth of rain. It was a good rain. I loved seeing it, but it was only 10 minutes, so that wasn't so brilliant. And that was Wednesday. And the games part, they had a parachute, and they were going to put everybody's cuddly toys that they bought onto the parachute and then chuck it up in the air and catch them and all sorts of other games. And that was able to be outside because the heat came back, the sun came back, and everything was evaporated. So that was good. I did not go to the knitting group in Normandy because, well, quite frankly, I didn't feel like it. I stayed at home and I did my knitting at home, and that was fine with me. I stayed at home with pups and pigs and feathers, and just relaxed at home doing my knitting rather than getting in a car and driving all the way there and then getting caught in traffic on the way back and whatever. So that was good. Yesterday, as you know, if you watched the video, I was out. So it's amazing how picking up a couple of people can turn into a big event. I got some money from the hole in the wall to start with. Then I went to pick up the first lady who wasn't there. She wasn't ready. So I had to wait for her, which made us a bit later. Then we went to the next lady who was busy talking away to her neighbour, which is fine, but she kept on talking to the neighbour, which made us a bit later still. And we got there in time for the food and everything. But I was very blessed because I got the very last parking spot in the car park. Oh, I was like, I do not want to have to go to the other car park and then walk back up the hill. So very blessed, got that, and it was all good. The meal was lovely. Let me think. Mushroom soup, followed by chicken with potatoes, carrots and broccoli, and strawberries and cream afterwards. So that was nice. The speaker this time was the vicar from the village where we live. And he was speaking about pets and where do they go after heaven, and I mean, where do they go after death? And he said he's not a married man, and he's quite learned. His house is full of books. But he said himself, he never thought of himself as being sentimental about animals. He's never considered that he's an animal lover. But he's getting very fond of Cavalier Spaniels. And so he's been giving it a lot of thought. And he's come to the same conclusion as Billy Graham and somebody else. And he reckons that there's going to be our pets and other animals will be in heaven. And I've always thought that's probably true because it says, is it Revelation, where it says the lion will lay down with the lamb? So I figured there's going to be animals in heaven, and probably our pets. And he said, well, what made you think that? Because he was sat next to me, because I'm a chatterbox. And I said, well, obviously I don't know what heaven's going to be like, but I kind of thought that God will want us to be happy in heaven. And so if having our pets around us in heaven makes us happy, then that's why I think our pets will be there. And he looked at me and he said, you have just said it very profoundly and more clearly than Billy Graham did. And I was like, oh, give over. You know, who can speak more clearly than Billy Graham? But at any rate, that was the speaker. Then it was taking them home. Will you bring my bin in for me? Yeah, of course I will. Well, the spot where the bin was meant to go, she had ordered compost from Amazon, I suppose. And the compost had been put where the bin was to go. So that's fine. I thought just move the compost. Well, lovely lady would not move herself. So I had to move the compost, then open the gate, and she got, if you'll excuse me, she got out of the way. And she went into her garden. Then I could get the bin in. Then the food bin had to go underneath this thing they've got. And then I had to move the compost into the garden. All the time my car's running and the other lady's in the car. Anyway, we got that sorted. I'm not really complaining. I'm just sort of, I suppose I am a bit, but I don't mind moving things around and stuff. But the rustling is the hat bag. But it was just a little extra thing. And then where the other little old lady lives is in a sheltered accommodation. And they're digging up the paths in order to make the paths. Where did the dog go? Maybe she's in the garden. I don't know. But they're digging up the paths in order to make them flatter and safer and whatnot. But they left. I mean, I've only got a little puddle jumper. But if Ian was trying to get in the space that they had left, he wouldn't have made it with his big old Citroen car. So that was interesting. Dropped her off, came home. And then Ian was home very shortly after that. I think I'd only been home 5 minutes and he was in. So we had a very quiet evening with the knitting and the TV. And yeah, I watched The Marlowe Murder Club. Quite far-fetched. But watched that. And I watched the first 2 episodes of The Great British Sewing Bee. Ian's not fond of the sewing bee. So I used catch-up. I've got 2 more, I think, to catch up on. So that'll be all right. Yeah, and that is about it. I'm off to the cancer shop at 12:30, so I've got a bit of time. And I'm there for 3 hours. And then after that, I'm taking Lassie Lucy to see Lassie in the hospital. We did go there on Tuesday to see her. Or was it Wednesday? Tuesday. My mind is blown. And I'm taking her in some moisturising lotion, and I'll see if there's something little and nice to buy at the charity shop for her. So, yeah. And then tomorrow's the wedding. Fish and chips tonight. Tomorrow's the wedding, so I won't be on tomorrow. Sunday is the open air church. And then we'll come home in the afternoon because it's going to get hot again with no forecast for rain. So we'll come home after that and chill. And then Monday, it'll be back to normal running. So I'll make a video on Monday probably, but I'll have the weekend off and enjoy the wedding and whatnot. I'm debating whether to put curls back in my hair just for the wedding, or whether to leave it straight. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I won't shave it off. I thought about doing that in the pandemic when we were shut in for ages and ages, because I was shielded because of my lungs. So I was at home for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I thought if I shave my head, then my hair won't be too scruffy. But I didn't do it because I wasn't brave enough. I heard her. Hold on. Oh, okay. A delivery. And this is my Avon books. Back. That woke her up. There you go. Who wants to buy some lipstick? Or it's called Her Wisdom. Time-tested beauty knowledge bottled. Intensely hydrating, luxuriously lightweight, and beautifully scented. This is your ultimate restorative multi-use balm, anytime, anywhere. £7. Now I did start doing this because I would like, while I'm at home, to try and earn a little bit of pin money so that I don't have to ask Ian for money when it's time to buy him, I'll look at that later, when it's time to buy him Christmas presents, birthday presents, anniversary or whatever. I don't want to be asking him, can you give me some money to go shopping? So I'm giving this a go. We'll see if, I'm scratching the label off the bag again. Told you I've got a thing about that. So we'll see. I mean, maybe because of course we moved, and maybe the people that live around here are more interested in Avon. All I can do is try. I'll give it a go for a few months, see what happens, and in the long run, if it takes off, then it will also help Ian out, because I've got reflection on my glasses, sorry. It would also help Ian out because he wouldn't have to be providing me pin money. So we will see about that. Well, now that is almost half an hour of talking about very little, really. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'll see you on Monday morning. Have a superb weekend, and try and get some rest and do something nice for yourself while you're not at work. Hopefully not at work, unless you're a nurse or somebody and you have to work. Okay, that's an interesting thing. What do you do for a living? Do you work? Are you a homemaker like me, doing a side hustle of Avon? Are you working from home anyway? I'm nosy, but at heart I'm a very nosy person. Now she's gone out to bark at the neighbours. But yeah, I'm just curious, what age group are you? Are you retired? Are you young? Are you in your 60s like me and my very faithful commenter, Angie? And yeah, it's Friday. Do go over to Angie's Coffee and a Chat. I think it's Coffee and a Chat 1221. I don't know, I can't remember. But she's been doing this wonderful Sabbath series. Anyway, go over and have a look. And okay, I'm out of here. I will see. Oh, and the Vexed Vicar. Just put in your search bar Vexed Vicar, Chris Wickland. That's something I've been doing this week. I've been watching a lot of Christian videos here on YouTube. A lot of them just telling the stories of different missionaries. A lot of them, well, Derek Prince. I've listened to some of his sermons. The Vexed Vicar. So yeah, I've been doing that a lot too. I can put that on and sit there and do my knitting, and it's better than TV, because TV can be a bit, well, naff. But anyway, Gardener's World tonight, that isn't naff. Beechwood Gardens, Gardener's World, that's my Friday night. All sorted. Do you want to say hello? No? Don't you want to say hello to the people? Say hello, YouTube. Come on, put your head up. Say hello, YouTube. I've scratched up and bitten up a Bible. Not badly. You haven't torn the pages. No, you're okay. She's looking all sad now. No, you didn't wreck it. You've just marked it up. And as Angie said, you've left your legacy. Haven't you? She's happy again now. Okay, loves. I'll see you Monday.